I copied Alex Hormozi's entire sales funnel and it changed everything. We went from zero to $151,000 a month cash collected in just 9 months of launching our brand new coaching business. And we did this at 85% profit margins. I personally took home $130K after paying out the team and paying out ads. And I want to show you exactly what I did so you can do the exact same. Now, before we even go into the entire funnel, we got to understand why this funnel actually works. The problem that we're facing is that there's too much competition and there's a lack of trust. Everybody's selling the same offer, same program, and people just are extremely skeptical. Okay, this is a graph that shows person-to-person trust in the United States, and as you can see, it is at an all-time low over here. Now, what this means is that your prospects are now extremely skeptical, they're extremely sophisticated, and it takes a lot more to get them to transact with you simply because there's so much competition and there's so much lack of trust. Hormozi created a funnel that was one of one and it allowed him to stand out even though his market was extremely saturated. So what did I do? I took it, I stole it, and I ripped it, and it made me $150K a month. So I'm gonna show you everything from the top of funnel, how he gets the attention, the middle of funnel, how he actually nurtures and builds trust with that attention, and the bottom of funnel, and how he actually closes these type of sales. This is the top of funnel, and this is where it all starts. Hormozi posts 1 to 2 times a day on IG, and he posts 3 to 4 times a week on YouTube. As you can see, his posting frequency on YouTube is way more. And we can infer that his main driving factor is YouTube because his market is more sophisticated, right? So if you're selling B2C, I would recommend once a week. But if you're selling B2B or selling to coaches in more sophisticated markets, you need to post, 1 to 2 times a week minimum. I recommend 2 a week. And there's a reason why Hormozi posts more on YouTube than he does on Instagram. Hormozi understands that his more sophisticated buyers that will pay more money are on YouTube trying to learn things, not on Instagram. And so he doubles down on YouTube and he posts 4 types of content: proof, education, beliefs, and identity. Proof is just client wins, screenshots, testimonials. You guys know this. You need to be able to show the end result that you're selling in order to actually get people to listen to you. So the reason why you're listening to me now, think about it. I said I made 151K and I showed proof. If I said that I was only making 5K, you click off the video. Why the hell am I going to listen to guys making 5K, right? Because chances are you're probably trying to scale to multiple 5 figures or even 6 figures a month. And because I've shown you proof that I can do what I say I do, then you're going to listen to me and you're going to listen to what I have to say. Education is actual how-tos and value frameworks. So actually just showing your expertise and telling people that you know what you're talking about. The third one is beliefs, and you have to understand that your audience currently has a set of beliefs that is stopping them from transacting with you. It is your goal to break those limiting beliefs and instill new beliefs that align with your program and what they need to believe in order to buy from you. And then the fourth one is identity. People miss this out all the time, but stories that show who you are and why you're different do the selling for you. Again, think about it like this. There's thousands of coaches that are selling the exact same service that you're providing. What is going to separate you from them? Because chances are thousands of other people can get the same desired result that you're promising your clients. The way that you separate yourself is through your story, through your upbringing. Because when you can talk to a younger version of yourself in your content, you resonate with that type of person, right? You resonate with that type of people. And the reason why I talk so much about my stories and my vision and my core values and what I'm trying to do with my life and what my business and everything is because I attract the same tribe. People don't necessarily buy me for my value, even though my value is great. People buy me because they see themselves working with me. They relate to me. They want to be closer to me. People won't always buy for the value. They buy for who you are. So people buy coaches, not coaching, and you need to understand that. Now, this is what you guys really clicked for, all right? I want you to really pay attention here because this is where he separates himself from everybody. The middle of funnel and his nurturing process is what puts him in a category of one and is what allowed me to literally triple my business, okay? So I need you to understand that you don't need a lot of attention to actually convert sales. I've had clients join and with 400 followers, they make 3 to 4K payments just like this. I've had clients scale to over 50K a month with just 3K followers. It's ridiculous, okay? You need to understand the key idea of the middle of funnel and why this works. What Hormozi does is he gives out his best information for free. He doesn't sell any courses or put information behind paywalls. All he does is he charges you for implementation, right? So the cost for an acquisition workshop is literally 5K per ticket. It's ridiculous. And his upsell is 35K. Now, what most people think is that I should charge for my best advice and my best information. And oh my goodness, are you so wrong. I've thought this for so long and I was like, okay, the best information that I have, the best advice I want to give, let me just give it to my clients. But that is the worst piece of advice I've ever been told and I've ever listened to. Because the moment I stopped listening to it, I scaled to 150. I went from 70 1 month. I stopped listening to the advice. I dropped my free course and I went to 150 straight after. I doubled my business because I stopped listening to this. Hormozi does the complete opposite, right? If you look at his entire content and his entire funnel, if you look at it on the surface level, every piece of information and every piece of strategy and every piece of tactic that he has used to scale his portfolio of companies is on his YouTube. He has said it time and time again. He does not charge for the valuable information or the valuable strategies. And that's why he's been able to gain the amount of followers, because everyone respects him, right? So what does this do? It puts Hormozi in the category of one because nobody else is willing to do that, right? The idea behind free content is that people judge you based on the free value you put in the world. The better your free value, the more people will think that it's worth it to work with you, right? And what Hormozi has been able to do is he's been able to just get all of his information, all of his strategies that he's accumulated all over the years, and he just gives it to you for free. And that's why he has so much respect in his space. No one calls him a scammer or anything, because he's already helped. Like, he's proven, like if he were to drop a 3K offer, a shit ton of people would buy it. Why would people buy it? Because he's already proven it with his content. And so because his free content is so good, the perceived likelihood of his paid program to be even better is obviously going to be even higher, right? So his free content actually helps you solve the first initial problems to make more money. Look at his two books, right? $100 million offers and $100 million leads. What do these two books do? He solves basically the two biggest problems every business faces when you're starting out. He solves the first initial problems that you face. The first thing that you probably come across is like, okay, I don't know what to sell. So he created a book about the offer. And then your next problem that you face is, I don't know how to sell it. I don't know how to get leads, right? And that's where his other book comes in. And so when you make money, you attribute your success to Hormozi. His free content is so good that it can take you from $0 to $3 million a year, because he's literal books on how to create an offer, on how to get leads and how to market your service and everything. And once you reach that $3 million a year mark with all of his free shit, guess who you're gonna talk to when you want to scale past $3 million a year? You're going to go to Hormozi. That's how his funnel works, right? They make money on the back end once they take you from point A to point B. So this is what Hormozi's buyer's journey look like. They all start from point A, where they're making zero or maybe making a few $1,000s a month, and they consume the free value through his YouTube, right? This is where they get all the free value. And this takes them to point B. Point B is where they're at $3 million a year, right? And he has so much free value that, you don't even have to pay him to get to $3 million a year. Now, once you're at $3 million a year, he does not cover the high-level concepts to go to $10 million a year, because it will get no views. It doesn't make sense for it. And so you're wondering, okay, Hormozi got me from $0 to $3 million a year. I want to go to $10 million a year, or I want to scale past that. I can't find any more information. I can't do the same thing that I did with the free value and everything, because Hormozi doesn't post YouTube videos about such high-level concepts. Who am I going to go to? I am going to go to Hormozi's website, and this is where he gets you, right? This is where he makes money. He doesn't make money on the front end, he makes money on the back end, because his free value takes you from point A to point B, and then his paid stuff, when he takes equity in your company, that's where he takes you from point B to point C. And point C is where you're making 10 mil, 20 mil, 30 mil a year, and he has equity in your business. And you wouldn't even bat an eye or doubt the fact that he can take you to that point, because he's already provided so much for free. And so when you're ready to take that next step, he doesn't even have to sell to you. Like, you're already convinced because of how much value he's provided. And that's what you need to do with your sales funnel. He even goes a step further. He collects your name, your emails and everything through his landing page. And he runs a 7-day email sequence for even more nurturing. He retargets you on all platforms, video viewers, page visitors, IG engagers. And it's a ridiculous funnel where you're watching his YouTube, you're looking at his IG Reels, you're probably reading his tweets as well, you're reading his emails, and there's so many touch points where, like, Hormozi is just, you're watching Hormozi at this point more than your fucking wife, Like, that's how much you watch Hormozi, that's how much you consume his content. And so the trust by saturation is what gets you. By the time someone books in a call, they've consumed 20 plus touch points from multiple platforms. And the more touch points you have and the more someone consumes your content, the more likely they are to buy. Like, that's just common sense. And so that's exactly what I did. I looked at what Hormozi did with his free content and his free funnel, and I gave away all my information in my 9.5K course for free. I asked myself, like, why do people actually buy into me? People buy into me for proximity and implementation. They don't buy for information, you know, and I realized that if I just put the course out for free, get people a glimpse of what it's like, of the information that I have, and just give everything, they're going to come back. They're going to come back. And so I packaged all the value and knowledge I have. I packaged it up into freebies. So I had, you know, I have like 10 to 20 different freebies. I tell people to DM me on IG. And now my setter is conversing with all of these leads that opted in for a freebie and booking them in for calls, right? This is the exact script that we run and the way that we actually build trust and everything. I'm not going to go too much into it, but you can see it. We've been able to just master appointment setting because of providing too much free value at the start. And what that does is it puts people in value debt. Here's why this works, and here's why it works extremely well. If you get a $9.5 thousand video course for free, and I DM you, you are going to feel the need to respond to me because I put you in what is called value debt. The easiest way to sign clients without even trying is by putting people in value debt. Because you got access to a 9.5K video course for free, you're going to think like, hey, the least I could do is respond to SooWei's setter. That's all I fucking need to book you in because my sales process is so dialed in to the point where like I literally just need your first response and my setter's gonna cook, you know? Like I can't tell you how good my sales process is. But it all starts because I provided so much free value. And I mean, think about it. If you didn't consume any of my content and I reached out to you, you'd never reply because you'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't owe him shit. I don't want to DM him. I don't want to reply to him, right? But if I gave you a 9.5K course for free and you watch 7 hours of my content and you know who I am and you like me and you trust me and you know, really mess with my vision, my values and my morals, you're going to reply at least to the first message. And that's when the sales process begins. That's how it works. But it all starts with putting someone in value debt. Remember that term because if you implement this in your funnel, you're going to dominate your industry like this. So what this leads to is a packed out calendar. I'm not even kidding. Like in March, we did 150K. I took all the calls. My goodness, it was a lot of calls, but it was ridiculous. And we had a bunch of PIFs, 11.5K sales, 17K, 16K day, crazy stuff, 10.5K over here, 11K day again, 130K cash, 5K, 10K, 15K sale right there. Like this is what it leads to, right? And that's what led to our 150K month, 96 on WAP, 31 on fan basis, and just another 30K on miscellaneous stuff like Stripe and everything. But we ended at 151. And it's actually crazy. We're doing the same thing right now. I'll show you guys live how well it's working. I'm doubling down on this funnel and this is what's working. I'll show you straight up. Look at this. I'm obviously gonna blur some stuff, but bro, we made 23K yesterday. I kid you not, we made 23K yesterday. Look at this. I'm gonna pull up my WAP real quick. I'll show you just yesterday. So today's June 3rd. Yesterday we did 17K cash and I'll show you my fan bases now. We did another 6K on there. So I'm telling you guys, like this it's ridiculous how effective this works, man. I'm telling you, it's truly, truly ridiculous. As you can see, I'm gonna blur it out obviously, but 6K, so 17 plus 6, 23, just like that, just by implementing this funnel, okay? So now that you understand the concept of value debt and just providing everything for free and giving out as much information as you can, that's gonna put you in an advantage and the bottom of funnel is just gonna be a piece of cake. Like it's gonna be a breeze for you, okay? So all you're doing is just taking sales calls with pre-sold leads. I kid you not, I don't have to sell on these calls. I'm not closing anymore actually, but my closer doesn't have to sell on calls. We have a 65% close rate on the people that we offer the program to. And these guys are just ready to piff. They have a huge amount of money liquid and they're ready to just buy because of how much value they've gotten. Again, with my free content alone, I can take for someone from 0 to 10K a month with just the free content, with the free course and everything. And when you're at 10K a month and you want to scale to 50 to 100, you're going to come to me. And you're going to be willing to invest however much that I ask for because I've already built that trust. And that's what you want to do. You want to solve the first initial problems, right? So the closing is extremely easy. Guys, this is the basic stuff. Intro, current state, desired state, gap, pain, presentation, price drop. And again, there's no objection handling needed. It's ridiculous. The selling is done before they even hop on a call. And realistically, if you execute this funnel the right way, your sales call should last 20 minutes, like generally 20 minutes. Listen to what this guy had to say about my fulfillment when I was just showing him everything.
Like, You know so much more than me as far as fulfillment. Like your fulfillment is dialed. I've always heard very good things in your name. And so that's why I was like, I gotta book a call with this, because that's my number one concern. I want to have a good reputation. That is all I want. So fucking crazy, bro. Ask me something. Let me provide some sort of.
So, like I said, it's not even just like the money. It's the reputation, right? It's the way that you position yourself in your industry, because the money is great, but what good is money if people don't respect you, right? You putting out the amount of free value and you creating this reputation around your name is what's more satisfying than any amount of money, right? And it's crazy. It really is crazy when I hop on these calls and these guys are just ready. They're just so ready.
I'm saying it's you. It is you, bro. Everyone knows. It's obviously them, but you have some sort of fucking knowledge that I need to get myself on.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. But let me run you through the 2 offers, then we'll take it from
Go on, bro. Yeah.
Cool. So let me show you this real quick. You'll have pure clarity on what you need to work on from day 1 to day 180. Phase 0, onboard yourself. Phase 1, sharpen the offer. So you don't even have an offer right now, correct?
Hold up. This is your whole process.
Yeah. What's up?
This is fucking good. I ain't seen an offer better than this in fucking ages, bro. The only offer that I thought is comparable to you is Dylan.
You get the idea. Like, these guys are just, I don't even have to sell. Like, I don't even have to really go through stuff. Like, people are just selling themselves, right? And that's just all you do. The content does the selling for you. And the moment you master middle of funnel, you will never struggle with client acquisition again. Never, right? I told my team in June, let's do 200K this month. Like, I want to get some high sales, and I want to get some clients. Let's rip it. So we restructured our entire fulfillment the last 2 months. We're ready to rip again. Second day of June, 23K cash. That's what we do. And we have another 20K in pending invoices. We have 65K guaranteed coming in payment plans. Like, that's what I mean, okay? That's what happens when you build it out the right way and you serve first. You provide value first without expecting anything in return, and good things will happen to you, okay? So fulfillment is also part of a sales funnel, believe it or not. Guys, there has to be good word of mouth on the back end, right? And so what we've emphasized and what I always talk about in my content, you can go back last year, you look at all my content, the one thing I stress is crazy good fulfillment. And we've had a lot of cases where people just make their entire money back within 7 to 14 days, and we don't charge cheap prices. We are very, very premium, and we understand that, right? So when people join, we want them to make the money as soon as we can. We get guys absolutely crushing in the first 7 to 14 days and everything, right? In round of a 4K cash day, 2K for Sam, 16K day for Ryan, 5K, 4K, 2K piffs, 3K, 32K cash for the month, 3K, all this. And we have guys quadrupling, quantupling, if that's even a word, their business, 4 to 5xing their business in the first 30 to 60 days. Now, I'm not saying that's normal, but the guys that come in and execute, which are the people that come from the middle of funnel, they are the best clients to work with. So it's not just the sales, but when people join you, they don't doubt a single word you say, because everything that they've listened to you up until this point has worked for them, right? I had this guy, he's with me right now. His name is Abhishek. He went from 12K to 33K cash in 30 days. I kid you not. He's with me right now. And when he joined, he was already warm. There was no need to kind of go back and forth. He didn't challenge any of the advice I gave him. He took what I said and he implemented straight away, because he made money with my free content. That made him a better client, and we got a better case study out of that, right? I'll kid you, like, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, honestly. So crazy. 33K cash collected this month. Last month we were at 12. This is someone that joined 30 days ago, and he tripled the business in 30 days. You can't make this up. He hit 30K. Prob hit 30K while getting married, bro. He worked 20 days and he made 30K. He was making 10K a month before, right? Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. He's at 11. Devin's at 11.3. He was at 2,000 before. And these are just the smaller numbers and everything. We have guys doing 50, 100, 150K a month and all that type of stuff, right? It's just that those guys are done for you, so they don't post it here. But you get the idea. The quality of clients that you attract and how much easier it is to just do everything in business is way better because you provide the value first, all right? So everything just changes, and now referrals are flooding in. People are loving the program, and truth be told, 20% of my acquisition actually comes from referrals. Like, that's how you know you're good at what you do. And I mean, when a guy refers somebody, those guys are ready to piff as well. And it's great for the business because now you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on ads. Like, the most we spend in a month on ads is $6K. My margins are 85%. Remember that. Like, that's ridiculous. Nobody in the info space can really say that consistently, you know? And now we're creating fear of missing out from client retreats. I'm showing people the Dubai vlog, me hanging out with my clients. So even if they already got the result that they want proximity. They want to be part of the community. They want to be part of what we're building. People don't buy information. They buy access to you, and they buy implementation. So sell that. Give all your information for free and sell the implementation and sell the proximity to you and your community. And so we brainwash people with results. Because we get such great case studies and everything, I can post 5 case studies every single week talking about my guys absolutely crushing it with their sales, 6K in 6 days, 53K cash for Victor, 1.5K to 20K a month in 90 days, 6K in 1 day for Cruise in the second day of his program, 10.5K a day for Cruise, 12K cash for Cruise, 8x ROAS, 4K from ads in the past 7 days, 6K pay from ads. Like, if I'm showing all of this, of course you're going to want to buy eventually, right? And so it's just everything. You provide that much value, you create the FOMO on the back end, and that's how you build a long-term coaching business where you never struggle with client acquisition again. So this is Hormozi's entire sales funnel. It's very, very simple. The main idea I want you to take away from this call is free value. If there's one thing that you do, seriously consider dropping your free course for free and see how many more sales you get. Learn to make your fulfillment better. Learn to get people to actually implement and actually sell implementation and proximity to you instead of selling information. What will happen is you will gain more respect in the public. You'll get more people coming in, and you will also get better client results because now your program is actually helping people implement and not just getting them to watch a video course. People want results, not info. So that is the main takeaway I hope you guys get. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Super, super in-depth, super, super high-level topics. But this is literally what is going to propel me to be an industry leader if I'm not already one in the next 6 months. And you guys are watching this now. It's June 3rd. We're going to dominate the space very, very soon. I'm saying it. I've been saying it. You can scroll back. You can see me talking about, when I make 100K a month and my plan to do all these big things. We're executing everything, and you're seeing everything unfold. If you want to learn directly from me and work one-on-one with me, you know where to find me. Link in description. You'll be talking with my team. We'll see if it's a good fit. But I hope you guys found value. And yeah, take this stuff, implement it, go make some money. And once you do make money, join us and we'll take you to 50 to 100K a month. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.